Nu is het tijd om even naar de hele andere kant van de wereld te gaan. Namelijk Honduras tegen Australië. En iemand die daar alles van weet is Frank Vincent, radiohost in Canberra. Frank, good evening. Or at least...
Hello there!
What are you wearing right now?
Feyenoord!
You're a massive Feyenoord fan, I see.
I just came back from the Netherlands last week. I went to the Klassieker, Feyenoord Ajax, and then another game, Ajax Utrecht. So I've had a good dose of Dutch football and you know, Nederland life. So hello to all Nederlanders. Love ya.
Great to see you this enthusiastic. Were you as this enthusiastic about the match against Honduras, the first leg?
Nah, not at all. The Australian team isn't firing. It's not playing to its potential. They're not very pretty to watch. They miss their golden opportunities. It's just not an exciting team to watch at the moment. And of course, a couple of comedians here shot off their big mouths before the team arrived in Honduras, making all sorts of gags that were in poor taste. One of them in particular, a very high-profile comedian by the name of Peter Hillier, said that we've had to play Syria, now we're playing Honduras. Who do we play next? ISIS. And of course, that got the Hondurans very upset. So it was a very frosty, prickly greeting when Australia arrived in Honduras last week. But in the end, there was no trouble. It ended up, just being played out as a normal football game. Very little strife, but it was just boring. You know, Honduras. What's going on with them? You know, they're not playing to their potential at the moment. We were very ordinary. It was a very sleepy, nothing game.
Okay, and then, yeah, for us, the big man in the Australian squad, he didn't play last week, Tim Cahill. Will he be there on Wednesday?
I would say for sure. As you could imagine, just like back in the old days when Harry Cahill was all the way from Australia, the guy could have been 100, and all the sports journalists would have been asking was, is Harry playing? Is Harry playing? Well, now with Tim Cahill, it's the same thing. Is Tim playing? And I'm 99.9% sure Tim will be in that starting lineup.
Okay, great.
So then you would be able to score again, because without Tim, it's really hard to score.
Absolutely. You know, we've got so many great people in there, like Rogic and Juric and the guy who plays for Hertha Berlin, what's his name? Lecky. When he pulls on that Hertha Berlin jersey, he's fantastic. The minute he pulls on the green and gold jersey, he can't buy a goal. So I don't know, what goes on. They're just not gelling properly at the moment. And of course, we've got all this behind-the-scenes thing going on with our coach, whether he's going to stay or whether he's going to leave, Ange Postecoglou. So, there's kind of dramas on and off the field. But yeah, so if they put it together, we'll thrash Honduras at home. But as I say, at the moment they're not.
But you think it's the favourite role Australia has is a problem for the team, because I suppose that nobody expects in your country that Honduras will qualify.
Well, I don't know about that. Every time we get involved in these games, these final qualifiers, we always seem to get beaten. It was only because of the great Hoos Hiddink, we are not worthy Hoos, who got us to 2006, and that was kind of the start of the momentum and everything. Yeah. Every time we play in these final qualifiers, we never do very well. But of course, we do have that home advantage. Especially in Sydney at the Olympic Stadium, we always go well there. We always seem to lose in Melbourne at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. So, I suppose we're favourites and we are comfortable with that. But still, you can't write off Honduras. They're fighting for survival, as we've seen with all those World Cup qualifiers. Usually with 10 minutes to go, and the team that's losing, that looks like it's lost all hope, well, the dirty play starts, the fights, the nasty challenges. So it's no certainty, but I think if I was a betting man, I'd be backing Australia.
Frank, on behalf of all our viewers, I think I can say that we really enjoyed this talk with you. Can we say that if Australia qualifies, then we do this talk all over again in June at the World Cup?
That would be fantastic.
Thank you for your time, Frank.
All right, no problems. And go Feyenoord!
Dit is toch schitterend, jongens. En een Guus Hiddink-fan met een Feyenoord-pet.
Ja. Ik wou zeggen, die bellen we nooit meer natuurlijk. Met een gekke petje.
Nou, dat mag.